Okay, so many of the nerds out there, the cool GUI Git interfaces, just not many of them are aware of the existence of Git bisect. And I think it's one of the um, more useful Git commands, apart from the core ones, so to call them. So imagine this situation. Tomorrow is release day and you are testing your application, making sure everything works as expected, and surprise, surprise, something doesn't work. Now, it's the more surprising that it's an area that no one has touched. So we have no idea why is it broken. So you look at the code and, after some time, you come to the conclusion that the code looks fine. There isn't really anything that could be breaking this feature. So there's really two more steps you have. The first one is just going over each pull request, each commit between the old release, previous release, and now, and just browsing the code. Maybe you find something. And the other one, maybe more effective, is to start checking out commit by commit and just trying to find which commit breaks that feature. And that's exactly what Git bisect helps you to do. Okay, so here we have an example application. It's a over-engineered calculator that adds two numbers. Well, not adds. You can add, subtract, multiply, and divide. And we just had our 1.0 release. It was a great success. Our clients loved our add and subtract functions, but here's the thing. Today we are testing and add doesn't work. So if I try to do, actually, nothing happens. And we know that on 1.0 add worked. It was really the flagship feature. So we are sure it worked. So what can we do? As you could see, there are 4 commits after 1.0. So it's one of them that's breaking our application. Now, of course, 4 commits isn't that much, but usually it's more. Let's say, I don't know, 40-day sprint, well, 10-day sprint, 5 developers. So about, I would say, 40 to 50 commits maybe a sprint, if not more. So yeah, it really can take a lot of time. And what bisect does, it bisects the commit, so it closes down. It starts in the middle. It just closes down on the most probable commit that will, it tries to limit the number of iterations. Okay, so to start bisecting, you just type git bisect start, and we know that 1.0 was working, so we mark it as good. And we know that master is bad, so we mark it as bad. Okay, and bisect, we know basically it knows this is bad and this is good. So in the middle is this one. And if this one is bad, then if this one is good, then the only one that's left is this one or this one. If this one is bad, then and this one is good, then we know that that this is the one that broke our application. So that's basically what bisect will do now. It checked us out to this commit, so we can do our manual testing. See, yeah, it still doesn't work. We mark it as bad. Now we are on this commit. We do our manual testing. It works. Okay, great. So we mark it as good. And git bisect says, okay, introduce tokens. That's the comment that broke the application. And now you can, either investigate it, roll it back, whatever you want to do it with it. Then you just say git bisect reset, and you're back to where you started. But this is manual testing. It's time consuming. Maybe you don't have that much time. Now, since it's, when you know where the issue is, you don't really need bisect. So it's not something you cannot really automate bisecting with unit tests, because you cannot write a unit test for something that you don't know the location of. But if you have a way to do, some end-to-end testing, like through the user interface, then Git bisect can use that to evaluate each commit. So we can do that right now. We'll add a shell script, and basically we'll do this. Okay, this then we have to first check if there is any result. If there isn't any result, then we exit one. Now, on success, you are supposed to exit with exit code 0, and on failure, you can choose anything between 1 and 127, with the exception of 125. So I just choose 1. And then if let's see, result not equal expected, yeah. So we could add more test cases, but I don't think it's necessary for this example. So now what we can do is basically enter git bisect again. Oh, git bisect start, and then again git bisect add master is bad, and 1.0 is good. And now we can say git bisect run test.sh, and we'll go over each commit and run our script. And for the ones that it returns something less than 0, that's a bad commit. If it returns 0, that's a good commit. As you can see, it reached the same conclusion. Introduce tokens is the first bad commit. So that's the one that broke our application. I think git bisect is really a really useful tool to have. And I don't know, I actually never met anyone, not that I really asked, maybe more people know it than I'm aware of it. But yeah, people maybe know of it, but I didn't meet much people that use it. Okay, so that's that.